How we doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today is a video mainly for the devs. I'm gonna put this on my channel for anyone that wants a sneak peek behind the curtains on how I do my methodology and gather my data and what my thought process is when trying to arrive at a point and how I collect my information. But honestly, this is not a video that pretty much anyone's really going to want to watch. Feel free to stick around if it interests you, but really you don't need to watch this. I just don't know how to send the devs a video format that has this kind of file size to them. So the easiest way for me to do it is to post it on my YouTube. That's how I've done it in the past if you've been keeping track of my channel, and that's how I'm going to do it now. So on your screen, you're going to see a spreadsheet with a ton of different numbers, and it's going to be kind of confusing exactly what it is. So I'm going to try and break it down. First of all, this information down here, I'm not going to be talking about in this video because this is going to be related to my next video, which is going to be the macro and micro adjustments that need to be made to Hystria because it's falling off in its current state. And this is going to be important information for that video, but to get this information, I need this information here, which is what this video is about. In a minute, I'm going to cut to myself grinding the 3 tanker rotation. And in this grind, I'm going to have a loot scroll active, and I am not going to be on Arsha. And this is where these numbers are going to come from. But more importantly, what do these numbers mean? So what I'm really trying to track here is the average amount of trash a pack of mobs in Hystria drops. But there's other information here other than the average number of trash. So in this light green is, well, this is how much trash is dropped in that pack when I killed it. But we need to know, like, well, which pack is it, and when did we get it, right? So to understand when we got it, we look at the dark green column just above. And as you can see, it goes from 1 to 2 to 3 all the way up to 15. So this means that everything here is in my first rotation. So these numbers from the packs is from the first rotation. This is from the second rotation. And this is from the third rotation, and so on. And coming back over here, well, we need to understand, okay, well, this is from the first rotation, but from which pack is it from? Well, I've got a little bit of coding over here. So it's just a number followed by a letter and a space. So the way the coding is pretty obvious once I explain it. Quite a few of you looking at it probably already knows what it means. But 1E means that this is a pack that has 1 Elton in it. 1V means that this is a pack that has 1 Vodka in it. 5D means this is a pack that has 5 D-mols in it. 3K means it's a pack that has 3 Kalkishas. 0T means this is a pack with 0 Tankos. So that means this one has got 1 Elton, 1 Vodka, 6 D-mols, 2 Kalkishas, 0 Tankos. And the final one here is 0 Eltons, 0 Vodkans, 6 D-mols, 2 Kalkishas, and 2 Tankos. Now, when looking at this information, you'd be like, okay, there's something a bit weird here because Tanko has 4 packs that constitute 1 rotation. But I've only got 3 rows, which means I'm only tracking the numbers for 3 of the 4 packs. Well, that is by design. So it is important that I only track the numbers for 3 of the packs because these 3 packs, I'm tracking the numbers that drop from exactly 10 mobs. One of the packs in the Hystria grind actually has 8 mobs, therefore it's not consistent with the other 3. Now, in the suggestions that I'll be making in my second video, it's important that all our information is uniform because one of the big suggestions is to bring all the packs up to max capacity because this is very much needed with the new buffs that we are getting to our characters for Awakening and with Succession being released. We're going to be able to clear rooms more and more and more efficiently, and the gap, the difference between the rooms is just going to be emphasized exponentially with with how much easier it's becoming to clear them. So we need to make rooms competitive with each other to be able to also spread the player base out to these different rooms without them feeling like, oh, I don't want to be grinding this room over that room because that room is better because of these reasons. But we'll get into more depth on that part into the next video. Over here, I want to focus on the methodology. So coming back over here, I've tracked these packs independently because, as most people know, that when you're using a loot scroll, an Elton can drop up to 6 trash, anywhere between 1 and 6 trash. Therefore, it was important for me to be able to track the trash that you get from packs with Eltons, without Eltons and that have different combinations of mobs in it in case there are some different variations between your average trash. And when I looked at my information here, it's like it's between 22 to 24. So I felt comfortable using this number over here, which is actually 23 is the number I ended up using. This is the average between these three numbers. I rounded up to 23 in the end. And what this is telling me, what this number represents is on average, when I kill any pack of 10 mobs in Hystria, I'm going to get an average of 23 trash from that pack when I have a loot scroll active. This is really important when adjusting the macro side of the Hystria mobs. Now, a quick thing that you might recognize is like, oh, look, 92 is actually 4 lots of 23 equal 92. And if you spot that, then well done, because what this 92 represents is every single rotation is consisted of 4 packs that people clear to clear the rotation. So 4 times 23 equals 92. But obviously, my numbers might not be 100% correct because my sample size is not very large. The devs might look at this and be like, okay, you got 23 here, which may be true for how you got your information. But actually, if you were to look at 1,500 rotations instead of 15 rotations, you'd see that your average trash would be 25. You're like, oh, okay, well then I'm going to come over here. This is going to be 100. Well, I've actually already done the example here. If it's 100, I use this number in my formulas. You change the number from, so this would have been originally 92. And this will tell you the maximum output for a room depending on respawn rates. You change it to 100, and then that will help them mess around with these numbers. But like I said, I'm going to break down this section of the video a lot more in depth in my next part, which is the actual changes that need to happen to Hystria. But hopefully that makes things clear. Now, to talk about some of the methodology that I use to get the numbers, it's going to be very apparent when you watch the video, but just to verbally go through it real quick. The way I track these numbers, first of all, I wrote them down in real time. So as soon as I killed a pack, I can see that I got 23 trash. I wrote that number down straight away. But then also not to confuse myself, so I'm not doing any math whilst grinding. I want to get the true value of the number. Let's say I'm starting from 0. I've got nothing in my inventory, and this is the first pack that I execute. Well, what I will do is put down my tent, open the storage in my tent, and store the 23 trash. I will then have 0 trash in my inventory, so I'll re-pick up my tent, I'll go to the next pack, I'll kill that pack, I'll put down my tent, I'll take all the trash from my inventory, and I'll put it in the storage. And then I write the number down over here. Well, right before I put the trash in my storage, I'll write the number down, and then I'll put the trash in my storage. Then I'll go to the next pack. I kill the pack, I see how much trash is in my inventory, I write that number down, and then I move the trash from my inventory to my storage. But as we mentioned, there was a couple of packs that had 11 mobs. So my workaround to this is I use my invis or my ninja, so I do not aggro any other mobs. I'd position myself to quickly execute one mob, the 2-2 car in that mob, because it's very squishy. And when I execute that mob, that means there is now 10 more, there's exactly 10 mobs around me and not 11. I'd open my inventory to show that I've got, let's say, 1 or 3 trash from that 2-2 car. And then I'd make an adjustment after clearing the other 10 packs. So let's say I got 1 trash in my inventory from the 2-2 car, and after killing the other 10 mobs, I had 24 trash left over. So this number over here. So I had 25 trash in my inventory. What I would do is I'll do 25 minus 1 equals 24, so I write down 24. After a couple of rotations, I changed my methodology to make sure I'm doing no math. So there was a little bit of math involved for the first couple of rotations. I then changed it to as soon as I killed the 2-2 car, I'd actually put that 1 trash, that specific 1 or 3 trash, depending on the number that drops, straight away into my storage. So then again, I had to do no math. So my methodology does slightly change, but these numbers should be accurate. And if anyone wants to go into great depth and be like, well, actually, I'm writing the numbers down as you're doing them, and I'm going to compare it to your spreadsheet. And actually, if you come to your 7th rotation on the pack that had 1 Elton, 1 vodka, and 60 mils, 2 calculations, 0 tankers, you wrote down 19, but actually you only got 18 in this pack. So there could be a little bit of human error, but overall this number does look right to me, and I'll go into the reasons why this number looks right to me when we look at some numbers down here later on in the next video. Anyway, so I'm going to cut to the methodology part now, which is just basically me grinding the 3 Tanko room. And feel free, if you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. I am not grinding at max efficiency. I'm not trying to do the pulls perfectly. I'm just trying to get the information accurately. So also keep that in mind, because accuracy is the most important thing for this type of information that I'm trying to track. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yup.